Hi guys, and welcome back to the Sensational Lifestyle by Heidi. I edited this video for a couple of times. It's much easy to do review of perfume than say these things. I've been thinking this for a couple of days, and I don't know if I need to share with you, but you're a part of my life now. I know I don't have lots of followers, but I want you to learn, and I want you to know how is it the feelings and what is the effect to me of these situations when I've had this, and when I experience this type of sign and symptoms. So it's so hard to compose a words right now because I don't want to say a words that I know that it might be for you it's different. It might be the way that I translate it, it's different from what I say and what I felt. I saying this because I have already had the clearance to say it, and I already know my status. So I was tested as a coronavirus clear. I do had the test a couple of days ago, but for the past couple of days that I've been self quarantine here in my home, including my husband and my children, it's been a hard time for me. For the couple of days before I was tested, I had a sign, and because of the weather here in Australia, the situations here in Australia, that we've been suffering for 6 months from bushfire, flooding, and now this coronavirus, everyone is panicked, and probably I'm the one also included. I'm including with one of them, but in a nice way. I have a control of myself because of my husband's support. To make it short, I had I too felt that I have a cough for just like 1 to 2 days, and when I was at work, I know we don't have this problem, we don't have the case of coronavirus, but as all you know, a medical provider, I'm in front of where there's a risk, and I know I have to do, or I know how to use personal protective equipment. But however, sometimes you never knew what's going on and what's happening. Even though I'm using gloves, I'm using masks, it doesn't mean that I'm protected. I do wash, and we, trust me, ladies and gentlemen, every time we touch each residence, we do wash to protect ourselves. When the time that I found out that I'm starting to cough, I am freaking out. I told to myself, is this a part of just a flu? Because it is a flu season here in Australia, and or is it a part of coronavirus? There's a side of my brain that part of myself that I'm freaking out. So the next day, I told myself, okay, my husband told me to have a test, and the day that my husband told me I need a test, I noticed that my 2 children is coughing, and so do I. And that's the time that I said to myself, I have to do this. I have to get a test. So I too called my work, and I told them that I will be getting this type of test. I called my general practitioner, which is my doctor, and she advised me to call this particular number to contact them. And I contact them, and they say you have to contact again your doctors and ask them for your form to have this test. By the time that I went to the lab where we will be taking our test, including my 2 boys, there's a lot of things that run into my mind if I do try everything my best to protect myself, to protect my children, and the answer is yes. The first thing that came out to my mind is, did I did everything not to have this symptoms protect me? And why did I, what type of mistake that I did to be involved my children? And I blame it myself to the point that I never sleep the whole night because I keep asking, I'm panicking, I have lots of questions to myself, and I'm not ready because we don't have anything in the house. We don't have food, we don't have stock, we don't have everything like the milks of my children. I don't have that much milk. My brain is all over in the shop. That's how I freak out. And then my husband was just like, okay, let's just do this one by one. So we went to the test and they say, okay, we're gonna giving you this test and you're gonna be isolated in your home by 5 days, and you will find out after 5 days. You will hear from us what is the result, and it's the time that we're gonna go ahead and proceed. But within this couple of days, it's like a torture for me. With my first night, well, I will be showing you, I cannot sleep. I sleep beside my husband. I kept thinking. I sleep beside my children's bed. I kept thinking, what is wrong? What did I do wrong? I never go to the crowded place. I never go in this place. I just have this cup, this headache. But I don't want it to go more farther, because if I didn't go for the test and I waited for so long, it might be getting worse. So that's why. But the good things, yes, I found out that I'm negative. Second things, you know the feeling that you feeling being in the jail, but the torture and the stress that you felt because you cannot find the answer. This coronavirus, that's stressing me for a couple of days, thinking, what did I miss? Probably I'm not having a good immune system, might be, but my children's is included. Might be the weather. There's a lot of questions in my mind that I cannot answer to myself. And there's a lot of panicking that where will I get the food? So there's a time that I was contacting my cousin. I'm talking to my friends. I never posted to the Facebook or Instagram because in the back of my mind, I don't want it that people freaking out. But my husband, who needs to inform his work or his colleague, which I felt bad because they questioning him and they giving him already a conclusion that, oh, might be he is positive to coronavirus. Oh, that's why he was cranky for a couple of days. Ladies and gentlemen, coronavirus then doesn't make you feel cranky for days. It giving you this sign and symptoms of flu, headache, normal, and the risk and the late stage is the pneumonia. But there's no crankiness, not because, probably because you're stressed with the work, but not with involved with coronavirus. And that's much makes me feel bad because at the time that we just waiting for this result, I know how hard for my husband being involved with my situations that I made, being involved with the other people's opinion, that he's not the one who is being sick and I'm the one's being sick. But in the point of the time, I know to myself that I'm not that sick, but I am also freaking out that I'm hoping that I'm not sick, because the first thing is what's gonna be happen if I'm gonna be positive. What's gonna be happen to my children? What's gonna be happen if my children is sick also? So that's a time that there's a questions in myself, and that's a time that people questioning you, especially my husband, jumping and giving their opinion, which is wrong. And that's why I decided I have to come out, because I am not a coronavirus patient. I've been tested And I'm glad it become negative. And what is these people who been tested and become positive? Are they being treated like, ladies and gentlemen, I don't want to cry, but I felt that at the time that people will judge me based on what they heard, but not based on what they see. Bad by the other people, giving a bad opinion by these people, being discriminated by these people. No. People who had been diagnosed with coronavirus, they need support. They need love. They need to feel comfort. Because at the time that I felt that I was sick, there's this feeling that all my self-esteem, pittiness, everything that jump into your mind. What's going on? And I'm glad I have this foundations of my children makes me laugh. When there's simple gestures, my husband was always there for me. My son, who been affected with what happened to me, and I got involved them. And I'm happy with that because I have true love with all my cousins who keep calling me, and my sister-in-law, my brother, and some friends asking me, and one of my friends was asking me, and I was so touched, asking me if I have to food, and I'm glad my husband is the one who's thinking for us, that he keeps saying, okay, we just order this online, we just order the food online, Woolies can support us, and that's what we do. We just order online and we have food, the thing. But what I felt to myself, the first thing that you need is, when you are being treated by the other people and you are positive to coronavirus test, be positive, ladies and gentlemen. It's not an easy situation. It's not easy thing, because I experienced for a couple of days. So when the test came out this morning, and the doctor just told me that good things, you are negative, including the boys, including your children and your family. You just had a cough. You had just had a cold. That's all you have, and you just have to improve the children's vitamins, and you too, because of the flu season this year. It's a big relief for me, because I can say that I do my best. I did my best to protect my children and my family. I did my best not to involve them in the situations that I will regret in the future. And that's what I felt for the people who had the positive test, because I did feel them, because I've been in that situation for a couple of days. And I know the feeling, how you felt bored, that there's nothing you can do, that you cannot go out. But I do have my family, and there's no negative things. It just happened that you have to boost up your immune system. You have to wait for you to heal. Don't stress yourself. Wait for the good. This is the best thing that you can do if you are passive. Rest, rest, rest. Drink a lot of fluids. Eat plenty of vitamins, food like vitamin C, vegetables, fruits that boost up your immune system. So that's what I can say, because I am here now sitting in front of my bed, and I appreciate that I am negative. And I'm glad that I experienced it, to have a test, because I never ever appreciate life. I will never appreciate my family. I will never appreciate people who giving me a support. And I do thanks to Irene, to Tina, to my husband Brad, my children Josh, Isaac and William, my brother and my sister-in-law. My brother, I do love you. And my sister-in-law who always say pray. My cousin Elena and Loisa. This is the people that are involved me, and my in-laws who kept saying and asking how we are. It's a big effort to feel that you're being loved, you're being supported. And that's the only things that I can tell you, ladies and gentlemen. That's why I came out, and I keep thinking this: if do I need to say this in my social media? Yes, because you know what I've learned, no matter what's happening in life, this is not easy situation right now, especially this pandemic coronavirus. But we do experience already the SARS, then 1H1 way years ago. And the signs and symptoms of SARS and 1H1 is the same as now. It just happened that this coronavirus is throughout the world. It's really pandemic become worse. But the only thing that you can do is just look after yourself, eat proper food, eat vitamins, ladies and gentlemen, and the special and the very important one, look after yourself, wash your hand, and use a protective equipment. The personal protective equipment will save your life. Avoid the crowded place, which is now it's happening, that it's a good thing that people knows that it's an open eye for us to focus to one thing, and it's unity. Everyone will needs a unity. Everyone needs to pray. Everyone needs to love one another. Let's support these people who've been tested with a positive coronavirus. Love, they do need love, they do need support, they do need comfort. They don't need to be discriminated by the other people, because that's what they need. They already suffering with this horrendous disease, and having this, I will tell you, having a flu is not that easy compare to the other things, but having a coronavirus is more worse. So let's just clear our mind, help each other, and I hope I share my thoughts with you, ladies and gentlemen. I share what I can share, and I hope this sharing with you will be opening your eye to love with one another. And I hope, guys, and I'm happy to announce that I am negative to the coronavirus 19, which I will get my clearance tomorrow from my doctor, and I'm have a signal to go back to work for a couple of days. But yes, I'm happy right now. It's a relief, especially to my husband and to my kids. It's a really relief for me, so I'm really happy about it. So I hope, guys, you will be part of this journey, and I hope you still support me throughout of what I announce now. I hope I'm not gonna be viral because of this, but I wanted to share with you because this is a part of our things right now that's going on. It's part of the trial that's happening now all over the world. So I hope, guys, you have a great, wonderful life, and thanks for watching, and see you soon. Bye for now.